What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Shout out to Uncle Bernie Sanders, continuing to push people over into the red side, into the conservative side, into the Republican side. You know, I used to be a Democrat, right? Based off of what our parents and our families, you know how they do the black community. But shout out to Bernie Sanders. Too old to even be in office, too old and too socialist, too liberal to really understand how to look at things from a business perspective. Let me take you along this journey. Bernie Sanders is urging the Biden administration to fine airlines $27,500 per passenger for worsening flight delays. You literally cannot make that up. Now, before we even get into the article, because I haven't read the article yet, I've literally just seen this headline. I said, I gotta make this video to help people to understand why these legislators and why these people who actually ran for president and you guys actually voted for this type of dude, he would have literally bankrupted multiple companies, which would have pushed inflation and deeper into a recession faster. He's worse than anything that you could have ever imagined. God, thank you for not letting Bernie Sanders becoming president of the United States of America. Think about this. An industry that is historically volatile, so many different mergers. You got pilots literally protesting. Airline workers, it's hard to find somebody to throw your bags up in there. I just had some problems getting my bags down to Daytona Beach and then Orlando and so on and so forth. Thank God that we actually found them and things like that. But my point is that this is insane. Absolutely insane. Let's go through the article before I go on my rant. I don't want to get rantish. Many travelers in the U.S. are growing frustrated with worsening flight delays. In recent weeks, that's prompting Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont to try to ensure major airlines hold up their end of the bargain by going into the busy travel summer season or face steep fines if they leave passengers and employees stranded on the tarmac. So you telling me your solution is not to ease the standards by which airlines can operate in order to ensure that they have proper staffing? Because let's be clear, it's not in the airline's best interest that they have problems with pilots and workers and all of this other type of thing and razor thin margins. You don't want to solve for the gas crisis that we got on our hands, rising inflation that's forcing the airlines to operate the way that they've been operating. No, the federal government has played no role in this whatsoever. You're telling me that you want to take an industry that has been absolutely hammered during the pandemic, during the recession, because let's be clear, the first thing that people start to cancel when they start to have problems is they start to cancel travel. You telling me that the solution is to fine them $27,500 per person? Now, where did you get this number from, Mr. Sanders? Let's continue. Taxpayers bailed out the airline industry during their time of need, Sanders said in a letter Wednesday to the Transportation Secretary, Pete. Now it is the responsibility of the airline industry and the Department of Transportation to ensure to the maximum extent possible. Let's highlight that. The maximum extent possible that the flying public and crew members are able to get to their destinations on time and without delay. You cannot make this up, literally, y'all. He laid out some steps. Want the Biden administration to consider to penalize airlines for cancellation and delays. $27,000 fine per passenger for domestic flight delays over 2 hours and international delays over 3 hours, compelling airline industries to promptly refund all passengers for flights delayed over an hour. On top of it, levying a $55,000 per passenger fine for airlines if they cancel flights that they know cannot be fully staffed. So let's break this down just for context, right? Let's see. We're going to put in $27,500 per passenger for a 2-hour delay. Now, if you have a flight carrying about 200 people, that's the equivalent of $5.5 million for one flight. With the $55,000 cancellation proposal, that would be $11 million per flight. Average profit for a flight is normally around $40,000 to $50,000 though. So you tell me how that math works out. Let's continue. Proposal would literally drive airlines into bankruptcy within days because listen. On a 300-person flight, delayed 2 hours, $8.2 million. This is crazy. This is absolutely insane. All you got to do is do the math. So you telling me that Bernie Sanders, if the Biden administration listened to Bernie Sanders, the goal is to literally bankrupt the airline industry, which would create an even deeper recession because we are very much dependent. Let me tell you why the taxpayers had to bail out the airline industry in the first place is because it is an industry that we need in order for us to be able to continue to consider ourselves a first world country. What is this guy doing? What is he thinking? Senator Richard Blumenthal of Connecticut and Ed Markey of Massachusetts also sent a letter on Wednesday to the 10 largest airline companies, which include Spirit, Delta, and United, demanded information on the delays and other bottlenecks plaguing the industry in addition to pressing them to provide timely ticket refunds to stranded passengers. Oh, Jesus. You cannot make this stuff up. So, let's come back to the front of the congregation. Is this the person that y'all voted for during the primaries for president? Is this the person that y'all continue to keep in office? At what point do we say, okay, guys, listen, you served. Thank you for your service in the Senate. You've been handsomely rewarded. You have a lifetime full of health care. You have retirement benefits. Can you please sit down and let the grown folks, the people that's not playing, actually start to run and take care of business? Or are these legislators the actual representation of the people that voted for them? Do you guys continue to think about this in the same way that they do? Do you not understand how to look at things from the... I'm already flustered. Skipping over my words. Things ain't making sense. Got a headache. I can't take it. Make sure y'all join for those of y'all that get it, make sure you join the Patreon. The link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. If you need a personal coaching call, Anton Daniels 413@gmail.com. I can't take it. Let me take my Rolex off and put on my Apple Watch where they start talking about eat the rich. Y'all like them shirts? Jesus. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you later. I'm curious as to what y'all think. I'm genuinely curious as to what y'all think in the chat. Let me know what y'all think. I don't know what to think anymore. I'm confused. I'm flustered. I'm bothered. I don't know why they're doing what they're doing, but I really do think he believes what he's saying and he's actually advocating for this. He wants to bankrupt the airline industry. We already losing jobs. We plummeted into a recession. Inflation is at an all-time high. You can't fill positions. There's 2 jobs for every 1 American at the bottom of the totem pole, and this dude is talking about charging airlines $8 million per cancel. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'm curious. I'm out of here.